Alright, now we're going to talk about quadratic trinomials. Now, it seems kind of scary, but let's just jump right into it with some certain steps. First step is to always find the GCF. Now, we may not have an actual GCF for each quadratic trinomial, but you always want to look for it first. So, as I work on the equation on the right side, I'll put up the steps on the left. So let's do an easy one. X squared plus 3x minus 4. Alright, it's a quadratic because of the 2, trinomial because of 3 terms. This is a quadratic trinomial. So first we're going to find the GCF. Do we have one here? It would be no. We look at our numbers, 1, 3, and 4. No number goes in all 3 of those, except for 1, but we're not concerned about 1. And then we look at our variables, x squared, x, and nothing. Well, if we have nothing there, that means there's no greatest common factor there for our variables. So now we're going to move on. Next step, number 2, we'll put our A, B, C. We're going to find our A, B, and C, which would be our A, B, C. Our A would be our first coefficient, our B would be our second coefficient, and our C would be our last coefficient. So 1, 3, negative 4, our A, B, C. Okay, that would be step 2. Step 3, make table. Step 3 is to make a table. So we're going to make a table here. Alright, and our table should be set up like this. B equals and AC equals. That's how you set up your table. So our B here equals 3. Our AC means we're multiplying negative 4 times 1, which gives us negative 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find all of our factors for 4. So our factors would be, well, 1 times 4 gives us 4, and 2 times 2 gives us 4. Right? Now we're going to know something about this. This is a negative 4, so one of these has to be negative. With 1 and 4, one of those has to be negative. With 2 and 2, one of those has to be negative to get negative 4. Well, how do we know that? That's where we look at our B, our 3. We need to look at our factors, 1 and 4, or 2 and 2. Which one of those will add up or subtract to give us 3? And if you're looking 2 and 2, doesn't matter how you flip it or do anything, you're not going to get 3. But 1 and 4, I think if we do something there, we can get 3. So let's use 1 and 4. And I think if I make 1 negative, if I do 4 plus a negative 1, I'll get 3. That's how we get our factors. That's how we find our B. And we know since it's a negative 1 and 4, when you multiply those together, you get your negative 4. So it makes sense. Multiply them together, you get negative 4. Add them together, you get 3. That's what we're looking for in the table. Now, once you get your factors, you're going to, next step here is to divide by your A. Well, our A here is 1. So we're going to divide by 1. Well, negative 1 over 1 is just negative 1. 4 over 1 is 4. Alright, once you have your numbers, you're going to add x, or bring x into the picture. Bring in x. So here we're just going to put an x, parentheses. This is a positive 4, so it's going to be plus. And those would be your factors. That would be your final answer right there. We just factored this. This right here, this statement up here, x squared plus 3x minus 4, turned into this right here after we factored it. What that means is if I were to multiply this out, this x minus 1 times x plus 4, I would get this up here. You see how they're kind of connected? So that is the first quadratic trinomial.